Mooooolweni, welcome back to another fresh episode of A Seat with. I'm your host Umbasa, host with the most, and today we are shooting live from Bridges for Music Academy. Shout out to the space. You can see the artwork. Artwork is for purchase, so hit up on the website and buy some art and buy some of Anno's art. Yeah. As usual, grab something to drink, grab some snacks, sit back, enjoy. Ba, 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 ba. So for today's episode, we've got someone I met only a couple weeks ago, but they really intrigued me, and I thought I'd like to sit down with them within this context, and like have some conversations about themselves, about anything and everything. So I'd really like for them to introduce themselves. So what's up, Johnny?
I'm good.
I'm chilling. Give us your name, surname, anything. Like just introduce yourself to the people.
Okay, Mooooolweni guys. My name is Anovuyo. I'm from the Eastern Mooooolweni location.
No worries.
Wayifunde esikoleni zasedolophini. So my experience in college, it's tainted in the sense that like what about needs to be because diet is always available, but in my essence, I am quite strict, calm spirit type of person. I'm a visual artist, which I was always have. I got it from my uncle.
Yeah. Did he draw a lot? Was he a painter?
Yeah. My uncle he used to have like drawings on the wall and I remember when I was little, I would always go just to sit a bit and just look at his drawings for hours, just like wish by like I can find he even used to play the guitar.
Yeah. What an uncool guy.
Yeah. My uncle, he's so talented. He played the guitar, he draw, and I just always wanted to be just like him. I play the guitar now. I taught myself how to play the guitar. So I basically always just wanted to be like my uncle.
That's
so. So basically, like my love for art was inspired by. Probably doesn't even exist, but he's the one who inspired me to basically do what I do now, to be an artist and I just love music.
So when you were young, obviously looking at your uncle's art, are you aware of what you're looking at? Like, are you like, oh, this is art, or like what was going through your mind when the first time you saw one of his drawings?
Okay, so I actually remember everything, all of the drawings that I worked on his wall. And God loves everyone. That was true. And
Was it like a graffiti style?
Yeah, it was sort of like a we had a cover and then you just draw like words and then you put like a 3D type of thing. Yeah, it was sort of like something like that. And he had himself and he had Jesus, he had Jesus there and he had his friends there. And I just remember, like, for me, to be honest, he's not like the best drawer. Well, I feel like there's no such thing as like the best drawer. But then for me, it was just the emotion of this thing. It was like the feeling. Because you wouldn't go in and consider you or Ghana, because I'm the first child. So anything they would done, so they were like nobody would ask me. But then I remember like I would feel like a certain way. I felt so understood in just being everywhere. And then I also felt like he was kind of talking to me, like listening. So for me, it was actually the emotion of Ben, like how he drew what I felt, like the remarks that he made, like with him, and like what it meant to me. I just felt like I was spoken to, and I felt like I was being represented in some way. Even though like at that time, obviously I wasn't talking, I wasn't explaining it to myself like that. Like looking back, like in hindsight, I felt like I was being spoken to, and I felt like I basically wanted to be like that, and it was sort of like a thing, but like I could also talk like that. I want to make somebody else feel the way that this makes me feel, type of thing. So, I don't know if that answers the question.
Have you ever had this conversation with your uncle?
And that's the other thing, like my uncle is not a person who talks his emotions. And it's so funny, like the only time he really has real conversations, it's when he's trying type of thing. So like, because Nyani, like the cooler, it's always like, oh, I'm trying to. One of those type of things where he tell me like a joke, or sometimes he wouldn't even speak. He was never really a person like that. But like I could hear it through his drawings.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. So, like, going through like your childhood, at which point did you stop becoming, like, did you stop being the only like grandchild?
Okay, so from 4, yes, yeah, like so I was born in 19, and then the next
These
grandchild,
babies.
yeah, so the next grandchild was around 2002, so I had like a 4-year time, but then again like because I think I said that, so I didn't do that, and then the other ones were born like 2003. So, yeah, like I was the first in the sense that like you didn't get problems and then when I was 7, I passed away. And then the other ones, the 2 young so they don't have that experience. So, literally.
So going into like primary school and high school, the rest of your school career, were you aware that something like visual arts or being an artist or drawing or painting or whatever is something that you could do as a career? Or were you like doing other vibes? They were just like going to school.
Like I honestly thought like everybody would draw.
Yeah.
And for the longest time I thought like everybody would draw. Let's say basically doing things that like I was doing. I just felt like they didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
So I didn't. So I was like every time like I would get so confused because I remember like when I was in grade 3, so we had this homework type of a thing. And instead of doing the homework, so I mean I don't remember what the homework was about, but then I remember I drew like a without referencing or looking at a picture. So I was 9 at the time, and I drew a man riding a horse, and the horse was brown, and then he had polka dots. And this was before Madagascar.
Okay.
They stole that from me. So the horse was brown, but then it had like these colorful polka dots, and like a man was like riding it. And so when I went back like the next day to my teacher, I was showing her. She literally was like, "I'm lying. I should do this."
What?
Like I never had like a lot of that in my life. Like when it comes to school, like teachers, specifically teachers, will always be like, "Don't lie." I swear, you lie, you didn't draw this. Somebody told me. Honestly, for me, I just took it as a compliment. That's it. You know. So yeah, but even then, like I didn't really like think of art as a career. I just know that it's just something that I like to do. Everybody else can do it, but like, I really obsess over drawing. Like, in those years, I really obsessed with
So when does the shift happen where you like, oh shit, like I can actually do this as a career?
So the shift happened in high school. So I was fortunate enough, like when I was entering number from I got. So I was in grade 9. So I moved to Pakistan and I was my mom because I'm a leader. And then my school, the one school I applied to, it could be high. It was the one school I applied to at 1 year. And it so happened that they had design visual art as a subject. And I never, and at that point, when I had been asked, and then when it came to obviously in grade 10 you have to choose electives. Choose electives like whether you're going to do physical science or business or life science and all that kind of stuff. And then like I hated all of the subjects. Dude, like all of them. I hated all of them. And I would always just be drawing in class. All my classmates did. And it wasn't. I was thinking, well, maybe I should do like science and stuff like that. Because not because I wanted to, but because I thought like
Draw the body.
and that too.
Okay, wait.
And then yeah, I just thought like my mom maybe I guess maybe she would be proud of me. Even though I did. But then somebody was like, why don't you take visual art? That's ridiculous. And I was like shy about it, but like, and then when the time came for me to choose subjects, I chose science and art and economics. I only chose economics because I had to challenge. Yeah, so and at that point, from there on, that experience, like choosing it as a subject, so that every day I got to like learn more every day about art. Really inspired me to that was the first time I heard of it.
When was that?
It was 14.
What was he doing at that time that made you like?
So he was actually in our design
Shout out.
Shout out
On some random white person that you don't know, that you can't relate to. But anyway, yeah.
And so let me say, so
I asked, what was Uladuma doing at that time that made you?
okay, like you said something very important. You said that it's not some white person telling you. It's true, but like curriculum is for the people who don't know lab students and it was the same thing with the art textbooks. There was not enough representation of like African art and African artists. There was a lot of like Western movements, Renaissance, Art Decos, Art Nouveaux, all of that is like it's Western history. So Oladuma was the one story that I remember like feeling the entire class was like in awe by like we had never seen a black dude from a career using arts as an inspiration as what's the word? Medium? Like the thesis yake was basically there's one point like he was like he wants they become men. Now they changing clothes. And so what happens is that they buy clothes from like these Western brands or Klingon to represent like the transformation and which has nothing to do with our culture at all. So yeah, like he wanted to create clothing and textiles and the patterns that represent the culture and Klingon. So he took like the inspiration from these works and other inspirations and figures from them. So he took the colors and the patterns of the beadwork and put them like yeah. But even marks so that like I want the supposed to would like wear and it would sort of be a representation of an extension of the culture and institution. So for me like that kind of like changed everything. It made me see art and design in a way that I've never seen it before, in a way that I think I should take where I come from and my own experience and make it into something that other people can relate to and market that type of a thing, you know. So yeah, I was thinking about that.
Okay, so leading into varsity, what did you do? What did you study in varsity?
So in varsity I studied printmaking, visual arts. I mean, yeah, Bachelor of Visual Arts, printmaking, and everything.
Okay, did you have any expectations for that course? Or you like, yeah, what did, when you did that course, like, what did you expect to receive from that course? Like,
To be honest, I wanted to be like black people. Like ever since I
yeah.
kind of like I was done the same scholar in that desk in high school. I just wanted to be like I wanted to go to edit because I wanted to study what he's studying. I wanted to design. I wanted to be fashion textile design like he was. I just wanted to be him. And when I got to university, sure enough, like Second Avenue and I met the teachers and told him I probably sat at the same desk that he sat at. I probably touched the same computer with the, I was like freaking out, like it was like a tough situation. And I couldn't even see like newspaper posters, like they have like these newspaper posters everywhere on him. And we would ask about it and talk about it because he was such a like a light, story such a So yeah, and it ended up not doing textile and fashion actually because I didn't believe in myself when I look back. I didn't believe in myself. I didn't think I had it in me. I just kind of like chose to printmaking because I thought like easier or something. But at the same time, I also enjoy cooking. It's not too far from fashion and textile. I think everything is connected. But I ended up taking
Okay, easy. I see when you mentioned that you regret not doing fashion and textile, it is there. I see you like do some artwork on your clothing. Is that intentional or is that something that you just started doing or you were like, I don't know, why do you do that? Why do you paint on your clothes?
Yeah, I guess it's a maybe it's a crime as a kid, you know, because I've always enjoyed like expressing myself in fashion. So I guess I've always tried to reconcile the two, you know. Like you say, like every time I try to kind of make an item unique to me, and so yeah, I just draw these things. So this is a lioness actually.
Is it two of them?
Yeah, it's
two.
Okay. It's actually one of the same things, but it's two. And this was inspired by a dream, a recurring dream that I would always have. I would either dream like there would be two lionesses, and that is Kaya, and they would be sitting in the garden, and it's not like protected and watching. I would have a lot of like recurring dreams of lions, and I interpret it as sort of like my spirit animal and it's also like a family animal type of thing. Because even my other relatives would tell me that they catch lions. And for me, it's like a lion represents like my family animal.
Okay, also with a lot of the work that you do, like all the couple of pieces that you sent me, they all named after someone. Like you got a couple of Limatina pieces, the Ricky Rick pieces. I saw the Raven.
Really?
Yeah, okay. And then let me just double check this last one real fast. Okay, the Miriam Makeba one. The Miriam Makeba one. Like,
Yeah.
what inspires drawings like that? Specifically the ones that like are named after people. Like, why? Why do you do that?
Okay, so for me, like every piece that I do, I feel like most of the time is always some kind of reason behind it. Um, for one, the lyric one is very, even though like it's a portrait.
And that there's two. There's that like a white, a black one with the roses, and then there's the other one. Yeah,
The more realistic one.
yeah.
So, with the lyric portrait, everybody drew it. And for me, it was sort of like I never really listened to music. For me, the thing about it was actually special sense. Because you know how, even if you're a musician, you cater to a lot of different people for different reasons. So for me, Ricky was enlightened in terms of like, I enjoyed his fashion sense. And I didn't really know much about him. When he passed away, I got to sort of like know the man behind it. And really created to his life, his story, his approach to life, and how he was so collaborative and so giving of himself, and wanted to build a community of people, sort of like doing things for each other, and trying to build and so the fact that died by suicide, it really triggered something. And at that time, like everybody was just dying by suicide, petrified, so there was this like suicidal atmosphere, and I was feeling as well. So I really, even though like it just passing is it hurt a lot of people, but for me, it really inspired me to learn, to know about the story, to learn, kind of like it made me thankful, because it brought a light to depression and suicide and anxiety. And at that point, it kind of like through healing, I guess, like I kind of took a step forward to see how trying to resolve my anxiety issues and suicide and stuff like that. So yeah, so that's the reason why I like because if you notice the portrait, it's Ricky, right? And then it's flowers, and then these ladybugs, and then these ladybugs. Let's look at it again. Yeah. There's actually ladybugs like all over, and the reason why I put ladybugs there, ladybugs are actually a helpful agent. When a plant is infested with bacteria and stuff like that, it's dying. So it has these little bacteria called aphids. It's like white, slowly teleporting. You think it's flower, but it's actually bacteria, and it's eating away the plants. So the ladybugs come to the plants and eat the plants, so the plant can live again. So I consider it as sort of like a ladybug for me, because at that time I was suicidal and through like reading about this story, kind of made my life.
So we back at it. We had to leave because we had school, guys. So we had to do schoolwork and come back. And we actually had just left off where Anna was talking about the portraiture that she does within her work. Besides the portraiture that I really like about your work, I noticed that you do like a pattern type. I don't know if it's a pattern or abstract. I don't know what do you know what I'm talking about? Yes, what is that?
Okay, so it's sort of like so it's a textile
Yeah.
type of thing. Because like I said, more like I draw a lot from the country, and so I draw a lot from like cultural sort of like all my textiles are always inspired by like African culture, specifically the Xhosa culture. But then it's not exclusive to like Xhosa culture. But then like when you see my patterns, it immediately makes you feel like Africa. So I try to incorporate like the textile element every time in my work to kind of like give it that distinct look. I guess as well the printmaking side of it kind of plays out as well because the central like the patterns are considered in a way that like even if like I could be able to print those patterns myself even on this, so I always decide on a way that we can also like interpret them like in an item or fabric or yeah.
Easy. Now we get to like my favorite art piece. You know, I've said this so many times. The Somakwaza art piece. What inspired that? Ever since it's like it's so different from most of the work that you've showed me. It's also one of the only ones that has text. So like I wanna like what like when you first made that piece, like what were you thinking? Was yeah, what was going through your mind?
Thank you. That's also one of my favorite pieces.
Shut up.
So that piece was actually inspired by a movie by Martin Lawrence. Thin Line Between Love and Hate. Okay. So the woman in the artwork is actually Brandy, one of the characters. I forgot her
That
name.
makes sense why the brand is like
Yeah,
it's branded and it's like scratched out. Okay, yeah.
yeah. Okay, so the character's name Anovuyo, and basically the movie is basically about how like Martin Lawrence is sort of like a player. He's a player, and he made a bet with his best friend that he's gonna sleep with Brandy. I mean her. And then Brandy was she's this whole independent, successful woman type, and she's a bit older than Martin in her character. So she's that like cougar, rich. She has everything in terms of like material things, but she doesn't have love. She doesn't have someone to love. So Martin plays on that, on her. He prays on her. I'm saying that like I can't give you all the things that you can obviously buy everything that you want for yourself, but then what I can offer you is love because I know that you don't have love. And so he obviously all of that what he's saying is not his intention. He just wants to sleep with her and point to this one. And so sure enough, he wins her over, and yeah, she falls in love with him, or she falls crazy in love with him. And then after he sleeps with her, the same night, like he changed. Yeah. And then Brandy went crazy because she was vulnerable with him and was exposed and not chance, and then why the chair and just as she suspected or she didn't trust herself. So she goes insane. Like she freaking breaks his windows, car windows, goes to his mom's house, like harasses him and all that. And so I was kind of took that character and then connected it with Ingoma Koala, and that whole song was sort of kind of inspired by how like as women sort of like whipping up, yeah, like what let's
It's a lot of fun.
So yeah, it was inspired by that song because but what I like about Birdie's character is even though like she went like totally insane, she kind of like took back her power in a violent way, and like I painted the thing of a guy to go out like essentially it's sort of like essentially that song for me is sort of like women need to open up to need to carry those lines.
Back again. Fuck. That run was a lot. Anyway, yeah. Breathing and breathing. Sure. Goni girl. Somakwaza. Paired it with Goni girl by Koala. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's basically it. Yeah, that women need to weaponize to fight for ourselves. I believe that we should always have a gun, spray gun, taser, because we always need to be constantly ready for something, which is so true. It's the reality. We are so vulnerable to it. We violence all the time. Yeah, we should just weaponize.
It's crazy that we literally live like that. I know someone who said they wanted to create a device where they could make mostly men or feel how like women walk, like how we feel walking in certain spaces, maybe like at a or through like a field, or like they wish they could get a weapon that just could just not a weapon like some sort of object or something that could take in those feelings that we feel, and like the constant of being away, like just all everything, like the sounds that you hear, the specific spots that you have to pay attention to, like yeah, I thought what you're saying, and I really like what you did with the piece, and now that you explained it, like it's starting to make so much more sense, and like I love it so much more because when I looked at it, I don't know, I just love the statement, like the writing on there, and like I love that portrait of, I don't know if it's portrait, I think there's shoulders as well of the brandy. You stretched and you wrote something. Yes.
I wrote Sweaty Girl. So
Yes, I love that. What influence has like music made on your work besides the Soma Kwaza and the Ricky tribute, so the Miriam Makeba tribute as well? Like, is it a part of your process of making art in any way?
It's so funny, like I realize now that a lot of my portraits are probably mostly musicians, which is, I guess, it's because I listen to music a lot, and so like when I listen to music, I always sort of like try to find more information about the people. With Miriam Makeba, I've read her work maybe 3 times, and I've watched her interviews, listened to all of her albums. It's like once I love a song, I want to know the whole album, and then I want to know about the entire life of the musician, and so and so I kind of developed this like obsession with the music, because I'm so touched and I feel so connected with the words that they speak, and I'm curious like why are they writing this or whatever. So I feel like a lot of my work is inspired by music, because music inspires my work, because it informs, it puts words to like stuff that I'm feeling or I'm experiencing. So I try to like immortalize or honor that artist in some way, because I feel like they can use something to create portraits or incorporate maybe some of the ideas or
Are there any myths you like to demystify about illustration? Like some things that you've learned, things like that. Some information that you thought was being kept from you before you started doing it.
Look after the speakers, no?
No. I asked him to drop it on the.
I think it's like it's not one thing. Like I thought illustration, because even now I'm still new in this whole illustration thing. But then I found that like it's not one thing. It's like different types of like illustration. There's like illustration for like children's books, there's illustration for it's graphic illustration, there's like storytelling in it, there's character design, so it's a lot of things, and I found that like for me personally, I don't enjoy everything in illustration. Personally, I found out that I don't like doing character design type of things. I feel like it's sort of like exhausting to develop a character from scratch and like that. And I found that like through actually doing it for someone else, I realized that actually I don't like to do it because even though it's drawing and it's illustration, I don't like to do it. So now I found that I like to do sort of like portraiture type of simple illustrations, and I do enjoy children's book type of illustration, but in portraiture. So, yeah, so I just find that there's different types of like categories of illustration. You're not gonna enjoy every part. You're not gonna enjoy every part of it. Yeah, I'm just choosing now, learning to just choose like what I enjoy, overwork myself. Just draw just because I can draw doesn't mean I want to draw it.
I love that for you, and I'm happy that you sort of made that discovery like a bit early, I'd say. So with that being said, where do you see yourself in like 10 years? What 10 years? Let's make it like 3 years from now with your work.
Question.
Right, it's a good question.
Oh, it's because like, you know, like planning and stuff, I'm not really good at planning. I've planned, I'm trying to have like this big plan for works. And I guess like being there was just studying in book school, started like opening my mind. Planning is because even if you say you're not planning to plan, that's a plan. So, to be honest, in the next few years, I want to sort of like be open to collaborating more with brands, big organizations. I would love to collaborate with brands like musicians as well. I would love to collaborate with that have like their own fashion brands type of thing. I would love to collaborate with on his fashion. I would love to like have graphic illustrations of where it comes from. I would have like a representation of that. So I would love to with brands, whether that's sort of like a illustration type of collection type of thing. And as well as in terms of like music, I would love to kind of like figure out songwriting. Because I write songs for myself. I never really written down. Always something that maybe I would like to I would love to give it to myself. Try to like create some kind of like income stream from that. Yeah, and vocals as well. I would like to be some type of vocalist without like being in the spotlight. I would love to kind of like have an industry my vocals in some way.
Okay, that's beautiful. Wishing you good luck on that. I know you're gonna do it. Like, yeah, man. And last question of the day. Looking at yourself maybe in like grade 11, what advice would you give to grade 11 Anna?
Yo, I love that question. Grade 11 Anna.
Ja, but usually like probably here like first artist video already know. I go and look at them following and then looking.
But they dropped them.
Yeah, I know. I don't
Get
do the
there.
first ones. And you need to put like one of the first like because the guy in Atlanta, the
You're
first
gonna
time I was like,
understand
who's this? He's
yourself
gonna
more.
look on Instagram and I'm like, okay, that's not strong enough.
So then I need to move
Your
kind of
process.
from here and finish.
The biggest, yeah, like you can put Slavic headlining producers and then support producers and or up and coming or the new hot producers.
So I would say the hostess now.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Yeah.
Grade 11 Ano. Last but not least, where can people catch you? Catch some of your work? Just yeah, man. If I'm watching this and I'm like, damn, I need to find out everything I need to know about Ano. Where can people catch you?
So I have actually not even been that active on
Yeah.
Instagram, but like I do have an Instagram. You can find me on
And then
this
what about how do you feel about this whole?
Zula.
I like that.
Writing on the screen, you're gonna sit on the screen somewhere, yes?
Yeah, you can find some of my stuff there. I'm working on having like
So many followers.
There's a lot of things that we spoke about.
Okay, sure. Shout outs. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you for doing this with me. Took a lot. Yeah, today was a lot. Like, thank you for coming on. First episode of the year. Can't wait to see the rest of the episodes, and I really can't wait to see the rest of the work that you do with your art. And wishing you all the best. And to you at home, thank you for tuning in today. If you came this far, I owe you a chocolate jokes. I don't. But thank you for tuning in to another episode of A Seat With. We'll see you next time. Peace. Bye.